the secret to living in joy and celebration is realizing that you really can be different from what's going on and happening in your life right now. And so in 2 Kings chapter 7, it says that Samaria is surrounded by the Syrian army. And from time to time, we can feel like we're surrounded. And is this ever going to be over? And am I going to get out of it? And all the mind games that are running through our head. And so what happened then is they ran out of food. There was no water. There was no supplies. They were in a famine. And they knew that the people would just die or they would become so weak. Then the enemy would just walk in and take over. Sometimes the enemy doesn't have to send any big arrows of sickness or dread or disease. They're just, while you're waiting on the promise, they're just waiting you out. And when we're waiting, and here's what happens to us, then we can become vulnerable to doubt and unbelief and depression and discouragement and fear and strife, and that causes a spiritual famine in our own life. And it just seemed like it couldn't get any worse. And into that scene, I love this, enters Elisha. There's a voice that can come in the middle of the worst. It did there. And listen, let me just say this. When God's got a word for you, He can find you wherever you are. If you're locked up, He can find you, because there's an appointed time for that moment. And you can seize that moment. So I just want to say, if God has ordained an Elijah to walk in your life, no matter what the situation is or the situation's about today. That was a life-changing word, Barbara, that Elisha had for those people. And he is on the way. And he makes this enough. Hear ye the word of the Lord. Yeah, you're in famine, and tomorrow, about this time, I love that. Tomorrow about this time, everything could be different. Tomorrow about this time, the miracle of provision could happen. The miracle of peace could happen. The miracle of a voice rising up in the midst of all of this could happen. What a difference a day can make, or a moment can make. All we have to do is not